We keep telling this government to stop playing with young people.
This guy is incompetent. And I say the incompetence that we saw in roads, it was good because you can fix roads later. But incompetence in Ministry of Interior, when you lose life, you can't recover.
Seneta wa Nandi Samson Cherargei ameendelea kumtaka Rais William Ruto kufanya mabadiliko ya dharura katika Wizara ya Usalama wa Ndani kufuatia ongezeko la visa vya uhalifu humu nchini. Cherargei anapendekeza Naibu Rais Kithure Kindiki ashikilie wadhifa huo pamoja na majukumu ya usalama wa ndani, akimtaja kama kiongozi mchapakazi na mwenye uwezo wa kurekebisha hali.
In fact, the crime rate continues to go up and up. And therefore, I think if there is a possibility, if Professor Kithure Kindiki can become a Minister of Interior and also become the Deputy President, he can do it, because now the minister in charge is busy with social media, is busy traveling outside the country, is now in Switzerland while the security of the country is deteriorating. We gave him the budget that is needed. We have given him the laws. And therefore, I think it is a high time that changes must happen and heads must roll. They either shape up or ship out. That is as we say, so that our people stop suffering.
Kuna mawaziri kidogo hapo pia naona wanaongea vibaya, na unajua mimi najua kudeal nao kama Murkomen. Nimeona wengine wanaongea na hakuna barabara hapa, na yeye ni barabara naona anakutusi na hajaweka lami hapa. Kwani mulipea kazi ya kuja atusi naibu rais ama afanye lami? Hata wale unasikia wanatusiana Rift Valley, kama ule jamaa kuna kila kitu fake except meno, hakuna hawezi ongelesha nini.
This guy is incompetent. And I say the incompetence that we saw in roads, it was good because you can fix roads later. But incompetence in Ministry of Interior, when you lose life, you can't recover. The way things are, we will request the president to reassign the CS Murkomen to other duties, or even become ambassador of Kenya somewhere in Gaza, maybe, or Pakistan, or any other country, so that or he can go to Tanzania to try and bring us good relationship with Tanzania. When Professor Kithure Kindiki was the Minister of Interior, we never had serious security lapses as we are seeing today. And therefore it's a clear pointer that there is something wrong within our homeland security. The leadership of Interior is wanting. You can see the incompetence is now costing lives, is costing property. And we are being told that these incidences are happening in a broad daylight. Even, for example, the Catholic priest that was killed in a broad daylight. People are still demanding justice. Security lapses where we are seeing a lot of gangs, criminal gangs ruling the streets of Nakuru is very unfortunate. The machete-wielding gangs in Mombasa is very unfortunate. In fact, the crime rate continues to go up and up. And therefore, I think if there is a possibility, if Professor Kithure Kindiki can become a Minister of Interior and also become the Deputy President, he can do it, because now the minister in charge is busy with social media, is busy traveling outside the country, is now in Switzerland while the security of the country is deteriorating. We gave him the budget that is needed. We have given him the laws. And therefore, I think it is a high time that changes must happen and heads must roll. They either shape up or ship out. That is as we say. So I think it is the high time that Kerio Valley Belt is declared, is gazetted as a military zone. Let us send KDF to flush out criminals in that region, arrest them so that we can stop banditry. Just the way we did in Mount Chelcon under SDLF. And my proposal, after we have flushed out criminals, we must be deliberate in fixing tarmac, we must be deliberate in opening schools, opening hospitals, opening churches, opening all infrastructural development, and even irrigation that is River Kerio should provide in that region. So it is so sad that the minister the other day has not visited the crime scene where the father and Kenyans have been killed in Kerio Valley, but he was quick to fly to Nandi to play politics and give out money to family. Because even the Ministry of Interior, led by Cabinet Secretary Murkomen, gave us a bravado statement when he was in North Rift by saying those people wanted to attack the police. How can you attack the police with ants and stones? And that is why I said transferring incompetence to Ministry of Interior is dangerous because you lose lives. The roads, when they are stalled, it can be fixed at a later date, Mr. Speaker. You have seen even he has sponsored the grabbing of Masalani land in Tana River, Mr. Speaker. How do you go and grab land? This minister must be called out. He is embarrassing all of us who are in government. In fact, the Murkomen must and should resign. Mr. Speaker, even he is now sponsoring MPs to attack me, Mr. Speaker, instead of fighting issues of insecurity. Why would you form a committee of 10 people to fix a leaking roof? Which country are we? What are we saying as a nation? It shows to the incompetence of CS Murkomen. Because if he will form a committee to fix a leaking roof, what will happen to roads that have stalled in Nandi? He will form a whole African Union or United Nations to come and fix the roads in Nandi. Because if he cannot fix a leaking roof, if it's to fix, I can imagine, what about the stalled roads in Kenya? So that is the incompetence I wanted to call out on the floor of the House. And it is very unfortunate that because of other dynamics, he captured the House to suit to his tweet. Because even he was making sniping remarks. He was even answering senators directly, which is not the procedure of the standing orders. You answer the House through the Speaker. This Mombasa Road, from here, the lower deck, it is flooding. It's not marked. A contractor went away with billions of shillings in the lower deck. Kenyans are, this city is like a floating city in the biblical era. The roads are being washed away, and you heard him, he defended the Chinese. Why would you defend that? We go and borrow loan from a Chinese, we bring it from China here, then we give to contractors of China to go back with our money. What will happen to our local contractors? And that is why I'm coming up with a legislative what's called Public Procurement and Disposal Act to amend, to say that all contracts below 2 billion exclusively to local contractors, which are Kenyans. And number 2, all contracts below 200 million should be given to youth and special interest group. And I've shared, it is with the legislative services. I know it will be gazetted, and I'll share with this. Of course, the small matter of the leaking roofs in KQ, and also disembarking of passengers. You know, now people are being rained on at JKIA. You disembark 50 meters from the veranda, and you get rained on. You can imagine if they are disabled or people who are expectant, people who are, and other children, people who are sick, you can imagine the inconvenience. Why would you donate to Mangu High School a plane which is still new? And this plane, if you look at this plane, why would you donate a plane that is worth $100 million to a school? You donate toys. What do you expect a high school child to do with a plane? And this plane is still new. That plane, according to the valuation, is $100 million. And it could have generated around $600,000. I've done my homework very well. That's why they feared me speaking at the floor of the House. Some people could have gone for long call and short call combined. Was the aircraft? Because we wanted to see the value report. These are serious issues. I am not personal. Kisumu does not even have a sewerage, Kisumu International Airport. And you know, Kerenga, by the way, is very interesting, because it's the only airport in Africa and in the world where you get stuck. Have you guys seen a plane which gets stuck? And it is the only plane where you board while wearing a gumboot. Some of us wear a gumboot so that we go to the farm. But Kerenga airstrip is the opposite, and you saw what happened. So these were the issues, the 3 questions. I didn't want to be personal, but it seems he has, and I want to say without fear of contradiction, personally, sinunui uoga, because bei ya uoga ilishuka, hata wakinipea free, siwezi nunua. So I know truth will always stand with me. The people like Jean Marie Serone, the people who stood with the right are still remembered because they stood with the people. You don't go and eat 10% of Chinese and come and vomit out our legs. We'll call you out when time comes. And I still have many doors here to show when the CS visited. That one is too hot, eh? Can we? He visited, I'm trying to get China Wuyi. In China, he has visited China severally. And you heard at the floor of the House defending Chinese contractors. Where will the hustler contractors who voted for us go if you are giving them contract? Because he received a bribe, and I am daring him to come clean on the allegation of receiving $100 million from China Wuyi when he visited in the month of between June and October. I want him to come out and tell the country Because every time when he came to insult me in the funeral, he defended the Chinese contractor. Who will defend Kenyans who are contractors? Or does it mean Kenyans, we don't have capacity of doing roads? Even slashing and clogging drainages, do we need Chinese to come and slash? Where will our young people who do not have jobs go? So I want to dare him to tell the country what agreement did they agree on allegations of receiving $100 million from China, where he was paid an afro of $50 million. And we have all the facts. We have the flight manifest. We know where the money is in Dubai. It is that some of us are just keeping what we call decency. But it has reached a time that the country must know the truth. And that is why he decided to ensure he gets protection from the house so that some of us do not speak and tell the country the truth. Some of them, instead of working, they go on a shopping spree. They wear 130,000. It's called Salvatore Barmaco. They wear expensive watches. They wear a lot of things instead of concentrating on the core business. And that is our concern.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait. Because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list jameni. List ya reject.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
Luchivia, Ndiyo. Labda hujui ni nani utapigia kura in 2027. Yes. Lakini ile kitu muhimu zaidi Ndiyo. Ni kwamba ujue yule mwenye hautapigia kura. Yes. Are we together? You may not know who you will vote for in 2027. Yes. But it is important to know who you will not vote for in 2027.
The best way for Kenyans to vote in 2027 is two ways. One, don't vote for anybody who did not deliver when it came to their manifesto. Number two, do not vote for anybody who had any previous corruption cases. For example, when it comes to Sakaja, the current Nairobi governor wants to run for a second term. Now, I will be damned if I vote for Sakaja considering just one part of the manifesto, which is roads. He said that he will fix roads and he will fix drainage and water will be distributed to different parts of Nairobi. He said this and he has not delivered. Nairobi to go 2025, we are almost at the half of the year and the roads are flooding insanely even if it rains just a little bit. So what logic would someone be using if they vote for Sakaja for the second time? What logic would somebody be using if they vote for Pasaris, who is definitely probably going to run again for Nairobi women rep, and she has not been proactive in talking about like femicide cases and protecting women, which is her job in parliament. If we just focus on those two things, not voting for anybody who had any corruption case and not voting for anybody who has messed up their manifesto, I feel like Kenyans will be really, really far. Instead of focusing on voting for somebody because of their tribe, because they paid you 200 shillings, because you are voting for them just so that they can remove somebody else and you hope that they are going to do something better, please, I think it's time that we remove ourselves from the situation. And also to the Kenyan youth, we are the majority. When you look at people who are 35 and under, we are the majority when it comes to the population. By 2027, let's say all of us will be adult status and all of us can get a voter's ID and actually vote. I am really, really, really encouraging people to register to vote when that time comes. Let's not vote for people because of any other reason except those two. Let's be logical this time, please. Like our lives depend on it.
Kwani wewe utakubali upige kura mtu aibe? Wewe kama Mkenya mwenye unateseka as we speak now, utakubali uende upige kura 2027 alafu mtu achukue aongeze rais? Kwa sababu anatuambia kwamba hakuna rais ashawahi kuwa one term president. Sasa wanasema hata kama rais hatapita, watachukua kidogo kidogo kutoka kwa zile zetu waongeze rais apite. Kwani wewe kama Mkenya who are going through a very difficult times as we speak now, are you going to allow people to steal your elections? Kwani tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Tutakuwa wajinga aina gani turuhusu watu waibe kura zetu yenye tumepiga Na venye sisi tunateseka saa hii, atuaibe waongeze yule mwingine apate, aingie kama rais. Kwani sisi tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Si wajinga walisha Kenya. Sasa itakuwa aje mtu atuibie kura zetu?
Wakiiba itaungua. That is the truth of the matter. No way. That wakiiba, just like his agents have said that watajaza. The truth of the matter is wametuibia kutosha, wameiba pesa zetu za kutosha, wametuua ya kutosha. If William Ruto survives to the election na ajaribu kuiba, itaungua. Okay. That's the truth of the matter.
2027 at the tallying center at the ward level, we will have Gen Z representatives to count the votes and to announce the votes. Alafu tutaungana kama Gen Z, kama ni Nairobi County, kuna Gen Z wa kule Githurai, Gen Z wa Kangemi, atatuambia ni ngapi na tutajua ni votes ngapi za rais zimepigwa katika Nairobi County, na tutafanya hivyo katika Kakamega County, tutafanya hivyo katika Bungoma County. Hamna haja na magavana, MCA, mnataka zile za rais peke yake. Lazima rais ametuchosha bana, lazima akwende nyumbani.
One time. Sasa nini? Ground. Atuongea. Sawa.
Hivi venye nanawa hivi. Ndo nanawa Ruto. Nimenawa Ruto kabisa. Nimenawa Ruto. Ruto Kasongo nimekunawa.
My people, unaingia kuiva alafu unaletewa one time kama chesa. Mulisema hamutaki kuchelewa in anything. Well, Kenyans, you never disappoint, and this is the reason as to why I just love my country, Kenya. Munakuanga macho na munakuanga sete in anything. Anyway, Aluta, the struggle continues. We have to drain the swamps.
Ese yo moyo.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.